Good evening. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about why they try to take out God's chosen people. Well, first and foremost, you have to understand that the enemy hates God. He hates God. He hates his creation. He hates everything that God stands for. He hates everything that God is. Because the enemy is hate. God is love. The enemy hate love. You ever tried to love on a demon before? They mess around and try to take your life trying to love on them. They hate that, okay? And so what the enemy does is he's tried to pervert and destroy everything that God has created to be good and gracious for us. The enemy hate God and we are God's creation, then he's going to hate us too. He's going to hate everything that we stand for, especially if we are exhibiting traits of God and we are created in his image. So it makes him upset that we are even here. Just by existing, he's upset. He does not like anything that has to do with Christ because he wants to be like Christ. He wants to take the role of God, and he's never going to do that. But the enemy is so prideful to where he really does believe in his head that he's going to do that. If he does have a head or whatever functions or whatever body part that he thinks with, because to me, they have a brain, but they don't. They spirits, but they have like this. They have the spiritual part of them, which is perverted and just jacked up altogether. Another reason why they try to kill us is because we don't fit in with Satan's evil plan. We don't fit in at all with what he want to do here on this earth. If anything, we're going to be out here saving lives and helping people before anything else. And a lot of us get off track. We sometimes don't know about certain things until we get to a certain age or go through certain things, and then the Lord will put us back on track and then deliver us and set us free or whatever. But other than that, y'all, we don't fit in with what Satan wants to do. We be out here saving people's lives, lifting people up. You just never know. Somebody probably had planned on taking their life one day, and the Lord had put it on my heart to give them people a compliment or something, or to say something to lift them people up. We are a light in a world full of darkness. And so the enemy hates that because he wants to destroy God's people. It don't matter if they work for him or not. They could work for Satan all day long, and them people, the enemy still wants to destroy them at the end of the day. Satan is nobody's friend. The enemy can't use you. He wants to terminate you. And then the people that he is using, he will throw them away too, like a used snot rag or something like that. He would use them and then throw them away. I've seen that happen on several occasions. Y'all see it too, but a lot of people don't know that's what that is. A lot of people are still sitting there wondering, like, why is this happening? Why are all these people and rappers being taken out of here and things like that? It has to do with a lot of things. It really does run pretty deep. I mean, he wants to hurt God because he hates him so much. And he hates God creation. So one way he does that is by hurting his people, by destroying his people. And that is a way to get to God's heart because he don't want none of us to be destroyed. And so that's one of the things he uses to get to God, to try to get to God and to, make God feel a certain kind of way. I remember a time whenever I think it had been about 2 years since I had got into my deliverances and things, or a year or two. And I was, I called Miss Williams. I was crying. I forgot what all had happened, but I had been through it because the enemy was trying to get me back into that situation. He kept messing with me, and I was just crying. I was like, I don't know why they keep trying to kill me. I don't even be doing nothing. I don't be bothering nobody. I be minding my own business. I was crying, and she was like, Keisha, you're one of God's children. You one of God's people. And I was like, what? What? She was like, yeah. I had to draw my tears up because I don't know. It's like as soon as she said that, it just helped so much. It's like something lifted off. It's like I already knew, okay, Keisha, this is why this is happening to you. Because I didn't have no idea. I had no idea what none of this meant. I didn't know that I was one of God's children. And that's the reason why I'm being attacked so heavy and things like that. Deuteronomy 14:2 says, you have been set apart as holy to the Lord your God, and he has chosen you from all the nations of the earth to be his own special treasure. God says something. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. If you are chosen and set apart, you guys, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. It is what it is. And it's a way that you can maneuver on this earth and still be okay with that, because I'm perfectly fine with that right now. I'm fine with the attacks and everything. It don't feel good sometimes or whatever, but it's also learning experiences too. I said we have the power to destroy the plans of the enemy and set people free. God gives us that power on a day-to-day basis, and he sends us places to help people too as well. You just never know. That small thing you thought was small that you did for somebody held weight. It held a lot of weight, and it helped that person throughout their day. One time I had somebody to come on my job and tell me that I give them a reason to keep living, y'all. It was so sweet. It was really, really sweet. Think about this too. How would you feel if you know that your time was short and you will soon be casted into the lake of fire for all of eternity? How would you feel about that? Would you be cool with it, or would you be doing as much damage and destruction as you possibly could before you left? Yeah, I would be trying to get right with God, but that thing's heart has been hardened, or whatever happened to him. Anticipation of it too gotta be here, like really hurting and killing Satan too. Cause I think about, like, what if your mom and your mom or somebody told you, or your dad tell you gonna get a whooping when you get home, and you get home and you still waiting, like, are they gonna come in here and whoop me or not? Like, to me, that's one of those things. Like, can you hurry up and do this punishment? I don't know. It's just kind of reminds me of that. And the enemy, he's jealous and envious of us as God's people. Look at Job and what he did to him. He did a number on Job. When God let Satan get a hold of him, he dang near took Job out. And if he could have taken him out, he would have. He destroyed everything about Job. The man had sores all over his body. Everything. Man lost his wife. He lost his children. All types of things, okay? If it wasn't for God telling him, if it wasn't for God telling Satan that he couldn't kill him, then Satan would have definitely took him all the way out. The enemy does not want you to receive the fullness that God has for you. Keep in mind that the enemy was once in heaven. Don't forget that. So he knows what's up there. He don't want us to have that. And I remember back in the day when I was struggling a little bit, I said, Lord, whatever it is that's up there, it must be very much worth it. I said, so I'm going to have faith and try harder to make sure that my salvation is secure, because I don't want to go to hell behind no little petty stuff like this. I've mentioned before, the enemy don't want us to have nothing. He don't want us to have nothing at all. He see you with anything, he already mad. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter if you bought a new watch or something. The enemy he don't want you to have that. He don't even want you to be able to tell time. He wants to destroy you. He wants to destroy all of us and all of God's creation, whether we are chosen or not, to be honest. But y'all, I just wanted to put this on some of y'all's mind and help you all to understand some aspects and some points of view about this. I feel like it could be very beneficial to some of you all's walk. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. And I love you guys. Bye.